Hello and welcome back to our Bible story time. I'm so glad that you're joining us today. We're reading from the Lectionary Story Bible, which is by Ralph Milton, and Ralph gave his permission way back at the beginning of all these stories for us to share them together. Today we're reading Rules Are Rules, and it's based on Mark 2:23-28 and the book of Deuteronomy 5:12-15. It's important to have good rules. There's a rule that says a car should stop at a red light. That's so cars don't crash into each other. There's a rule that says you should wear a helmet when you ride a bike, and that's so you don't hurt your head if you fall off. The people in Jesus' day had rules too. Most of the rules were good and helpful and helped people live God's way. Those rules came to the Jewish people many, many years ago. In the Bible, there's a story about how Moses helped the people learn how to live God's way. Moses heard God asking him to climb a high mountain. Moses spent a long time on top of that mountain listening to God and learning some really important rules. We call those rules the 10 Commandments. One of the most important commandments God gave to Moses was about working on the Sabbath. Don't work on the Sabbath day, said the commandment. It's a day when you listen to stories about God. It's a day to say thank you to God. It's a day when we try to be quiet so we can rest and hear what God is saying to us. Jesus and all the Jewish people knew that the 10 Commandments were good rules. The commandment about the Sabbath day was especially important. The Sabbath began on Friday evening as soon as it got dark, and it ended on Saturday evening. Each week when the Sabbath began, Jesus and his friends and all the Jewish people would stop working. The Sabbath is a time of rest, they said. It is a good time to stop working so we can rest our bodies and rest our minds. It is also a good day to listen in our prayers to what God is saying to us. One Sabbath day, Jesus and his friends were walking past a field with wheat growing in it. They hadn't had any breakfast or lunch, and they were very hungry. So they took some of the grain and ate it. Don't do that, said some of the people who saw them eating. It's against the rule to pick grain on the Sabbath. Picking grain is work, and the rule says we shouldn't work on the Sabbath day. That's right, said Jesus, and it's a good rule. But picking a few handfuls of wheat when you're hungry isn't really working. Yes, it is, said the people, and it's a rule. Yes, a rule is a rule, said Jesus. But rules were made to help people. People were not made to help the rules. We don't know what that means, said the people. The rules help us all live God's way. But suppose your friend got very sick on the Sabbath day. You would take your friend to the doctor, even though the rules say that is work. And the doctor would help your friend, even though that is work for the doctor. So the rule that says don't work on the Sabbath is a very good rule. But sometimes we don't keep the rule because people are more important than the rules. I'm so glad that you're joining us for our story times each day, and I hope you'll join us again tomorrow. Bye for now.